Well, I think it was just, you know, like Taylor was saying, my dad, you know, we sort of recognized that it was a great story. It was this once, you know, mighty songwriter, producer, who now, 30 years later, is very much removed from the music business and selling real estate. And he finds out that his one solo album is huge in the Philippines. And so he agrees to do this tour, and we just felt like that was, you know, a really great movie. It sounded like a really great movie, and so we just went for it. It was, yeah, it was challenging. I mean, you know, being in the Philippines was hard. It was it's a pretty chaotic kind of place, and even though the people are absolutely wonderful, you know, you're still in a foreign country, and you sort of have to adapt to foreign countries, you know, customs and cultural differences, and not just kind of blow in there thinking that you're an American film crew, can do whatever you want. So that was challenging.
Even though with Dennis, he was this sort of pop star over there, that, you know, they did do anything that he wanted and needed, and so they made it very easy for us to sort of just tag along with what was already being rolled out for him. So yeah, that was helpful. It was what, 5? It was 5 concert dates?
Yeah, it was five dates, but the whole trip was sort of like 12 days or something.
Culminating on Valentine's Day at the Araneta Coliseum.
Which is where they fought the Thrilla in Manila fight, the Ali Frazier fight. And it's like their big, you know, arena, almost like the Madison Square Garden of the Philippines.
It's been a little bit of a challenge, as has pretty much everything since it's our first film. So, you know, we've been learning a lot as we go. But as far as the songs are concerned, we secured festival rights, and that wasn't too difficult. It was just a lot of legwork. And we have in place rights for further distribution if and when that happens, for TV or theatrical and that sort of thing. But yeah, there are, I think, 34 songs, all in some way touched by Dennis, whether he wrote them or produced them or performed them.
And I think what's kind of crazy is that, you know, like you were saying, we grew up knowing these big hit songs, but when you get to the Philippines, it's this obscure solo album that he made that is what they really love. I mean, they know the hits and they love the hits, but this one song on this album called Of All the Things, which I really didn't know until we started making the film, is this beloved anthem in the Philippines. So there was a whole other side of his musical life that we didn't really know much about, and when we got there, we were sort of introduced to his popularity as a singer, which was, you know, kind of a trip to sort of witness that they knew him not as a songwriter and producer, but as a performer from this one album. Yeah, we're working on a narrative feature now, and just finishing writing the script. And so I think some of the investors from our documentary who, you know, put a lot of faith in us and felt that we delivered are going to be back. So there will be another film.
There will be.
And it won't be about my dad.
No, it will not.
First of all, for us as LA natives, it's really exciting to finally play this film in Los Angeles and at this, you know, festival. I mean, it's a world-class film festival filled with amazing films and amazing directors, and so it's, you know, an honor just to be there. And you know, we know that our screenings are going to be, you know, the equivalent to like rock shows. I mean, I think we're sold out, and it's been a nice homecoming, I think, for us.
And just being able to invite everybody that, you know, we've grown up with, and people that have been in our lives for so long, finally to be able to come and see it in, you know, in a setting like this is pretty amazing.
And also the people that Dennis has worked with, and collaborators and songwriting partners and singers who he's worked with and written for and produced are coming. So
I thought it was fun. I mean, it was a unique experience to actually be working not only in a medium that was new for me, but with Jody in a project together. Having him and a number of the other people that were part of the crew with me on this trip to the Philippines made it particularly fulfilling, because I had my, you know, my support system around me, and that was great. This was a big and new piece of business that I was getting myself into. So having them, and particularly Jody, at my side was great. Oh, it's wonderful. I mean, this is the sort of thing that I always thought he was going to wind up doing, directing and writing and shaping narrative projects, film and otherwise. And it's particularly rewarding, and kind of, you know, it makes me smile internally just to think that the initial launch pad for him and Taylor was something that I'm involved in. It was probably the furthest thing from anyone's mind if you went a year, you know, go back a year or so, a little more than a year, that it would be me and I'd be the centerpiece of this. So I love it. I mean, what's not to love, as they say.